Welcome, Heartland leaders. Glad you're participating in this cohort with us, this course of going through the book Let Your Life Speak by Parker Palmer. A few things before we get started. One, I really want to encourage you to be sure, because of the size of and the number of people that signed up for this, we've had to break you down into groups. So each of you will be assigned a group. The groups are simply numbered 1 through 6. And you say, well, gosh, I would have wanted to have been in group whatever. Well, we're just trusting God for divine appointments and divine connections. And so please just dig in and engage, and I think you'll enjoy it. This is like anything else. You get out of it what you put into it, okay? And speaking of that, be sure that each week there's a chance or opportunity to respond and answer a question. It's a group question. Everybody in your group will be able to see your answer, and you will be able to see everybody else's. And then also I would encourage you in doing so, reply to at least one other person that's answered the question, and just share your thoughts on their thoughts and see where that goes. Just be sure you keep it positive and keep it encouraging, okay? So chapter 1 of the book, Parker Palmer's book, Let Your Life Speak. And I just want to encourage you in this chapter, listening to life. One of the scriptures that I really thought about today was I was thinking about recording this lesson is John chapter 1. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God. The Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. There was not anything made or created that was not created without Him. So as we all understand, He was a part, Jesus, the Word of God, was a part of all of creation. And He was a part of creating us. Each of us were created by His design, by His will, to fulfill His plan and His purpose for us here on this earth. And I want to encourage you, as you accept that and as you think about that and as you let that just kind of drop down into your spirit, you are who you are. You're created to be who you are because the God of the universe, the creator of all heaven and earth, has chosen to create you this way. His design, His plan, His will being fulfilled in us. One of the greatest responsibilities we can have while we're on this earth is to make that discovery so that we can, in a very heartfelt way, answer the question, who am I? And this is a part of what we hope to walk together and walk through as we go through this week by week, chapter by chapter. We are His own handiwork. So, as Parker says in here, I want to quote some or read something out of chapter 1, but on page 4. And on page 4, toward the bottom, the last 2 paragraphs of that, he says, so the vocation does not come from willfulness. It comes from listening. I must listen to my life and try to understand what it is truly about, quite apart from what I would like to be about. Or my life will never represent anything real in the world, no matter how earnest my intentions. That insight is hidden in the word vocation itself, which is rooted in the Latin for voice. Vocation does not mean a goal that I pursue, it means a calling that I hear. Before I can tell my life what I want to do with it, I must listen to my life telling me who I am. I must listen for the truths and the values at the heart of my own identity, not the standards by which I must live, but the standards by which I cannot help but live if I'm living my own life. So don't get tripped up on semantics there, but we all understand as His life lives in us, His life is our life. And so we are to come into tune with that and to learn how to recognize as He speaks to our inner man and as our inner man is trying to communicate out to us what we're hearing. One of the things I always encourage students to do is don't take notes on what I say. Take notes on what you're hearing. In other words, take notes on what's the transformation that's going on in your life at the time. You know, it's really meaningless to say, yeah, well, Steve said this, that, or the other. But what's really, really invaluable and important to you is what are you hearing on the inside as the things that I share are being said? What's the transformation that's wanting to happen and take place in you? That's what you want to journal. That's what you want to take notes on. That's what you want to reflect on and contemplate about. Okay? I think about the thing that we all desire when the end of our time comes here on this earth and we go on to heaven, and that is to hear Jesus say, "Well done, thou good and faithful servant." But is he going to say that because we can say, Jesus, I obeyed all the rules, or Jesus, I did everything that everybody ever asked of me to do? Or is it going to be because something more like, because I lived the life that you created me to live? See, is your matrix of success based upon external circumstances and situations that are totally out of your control? Or is the matrix of success for your life based upon living out what God has asked you to do? Two big differences. Totally. So as you proceed throughout the weeks and throughout this course, allow transformation, listen for it, hear it, record it, meditate on it, ponder it, think about it, and let the God of the universe who created you help reveal to you who it is He's created you to be. And so, as I wrap this up, I just want to share and say it this way. This is how my granny, who was born and raised up in a holler in the Appalachian Mountains in West Virginia, this is how she would say it. Be who you is, because if you ain't who you is who you ain't. Pretty simple, but pretty straightforward. Well, God bless you. Looking forward to journeying with you over the next several weeks. Anytime a question comes up, please give a holler. Bye.